Folks, here's my next video. I'm going to be doing a book review today on books 1, 2 and 3 of the Fogoyle series. 3 scary ass short stories that, excuse me, will scare the pants off you. I'll have the details on the bottom of the screen throughout the entire video for you to check out and buy and promote and read and have a good time. So, sit back, grab your teddy because it's going to be a scary ass video, and well, scary ass is in. It's a spooky old review for a spooky old book series, and let's get reviewing, shall we? See you in a minute. First thing I'm going to say is this review on book 1, 2 and 3 will contain no spoilers whatsoever, so as to not ruin the fun for you guys. So here we go. This short story, compared to a lot of the ones I've read, was a tad different. I don't usually go for the spooky, but hence the teddy and the cushions I hide behind. And I'm not really a fan of modern day horror fiction, but this small short read was quite bloody enjoyable actually. I didn't see a lot of it coming, and it didn't shock me in the way a lot of the modern day reads come in. Frankly, there was no porn in it, which was nice. But mostly for me, being a fan of the old school Hammer horrors and whatnot, you had a sense of nostalgia. Chtisty's writing, especially in these first 3 books, and more so in book 1, in my mind carried the essence, if not the seed, of one of the greats of the genre, in my opinion. And no, I am not talking about Bram Stoker. No, I am not talking about Mary Shelley. No, I am not talking about the idiots who made vampires sparkle. I, my friends, out there in the real world, I'm talking about Mr. R.L. Stine of Goosebumps. Yes, of Goosebumps fame, people. Like his books, Chtisty's books had a sense of what the hell was going on? And that question I kept asking a lot as I kept reading it. And that feeling of not quite sure what was going to happen kept me reading as well, which was a nice hook. Just like Mr. Stine, you can't put his books down, just like you can't put Chtisty's books down. And I found myself grabbing a little flow here, because at one point it was getting a bit freaky. It scares you in ways you don't realise at first, and that's the same with the twists. You don't see them coming until it's too late and it hits you between the eyes. I would love to see her develop this first book more than any of the others into a full-on novel, because I think she could really make Mr. King have a run for his money. There is definitely, and I know there are plans for a short story collection for the Fogoyles, which would be great to expand the universe in a Fogoyle verse, if you will. I've copyrighted that, Mrs. Chtisty, so I want my royalties for that. Thank you very much. There is no pressure for you to write this, but I think flow here will be rather niffed if you do. And you wouldn't like to make a unicorn angry, would you? No. Right. Like I said, I know she has more books in progress, and on that note, I have an exclusive for this little video. Through the wonders of the worldwide interweb mega thingy, I have contacted Chtisty, and she has given me an exclusive on book 4. So that'll be at the end of this video if we survive it, okay? So that's something to look forward to, if my voice hasn't put you off already. One thing that has struck me with all these books is she's got talent. A talent that you don't really get unless you sell your soul to the unthinkable. She must have sold her soul to the devil in a big way to get this good. But now that you think of it, that would explain why it is so good. Dark arts and all that. Christ, if they can make Harry Potter popular, they can do anything. Right. The book's nice. It's on ebook and paperback and relatively cheap for the genre and for the formats they've got. Like I said, the information will be at the bottom of the screen now for book 1. And yeah, okay, on to book 2. Hello again, and welcome to the second of 3 book reviews I'm doing today on the Fogoyle series. This, in my opinion, was the better of the three books. It is definitely better than the third one, in my opinion, and does something different than the first book did. All three books, don't get me wrong, offer a fantastic read, but the second book definitely set the bar quite high. I noticed in this book in particular, Chtisty has a real skill at drawing every ounce of fear out of a single scene. Not just that, she has an unearthly and kind of spooky ability to grab the reader by the throat and throttle every ounce of fear and shock out from them. I suppose that's what happens when you sell your soul, but it was definitely a thrill ride, an edge of your seat thrill ride from page to page. I got to admit, even after I finished the book, I still had scenes running through my head, especially when the fogger is involved, and I live in Shropshire. It's always bloody foggy and rainy and horrible, so I hope the Fogoyle thing isn't actually real, otherwise this might be the last time you see me. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the book. I recommend all three books, like I said, but this one, in my opinion, is the better. I do recommend, though, grabbing a teddy, like I said, building yourself a fort of cushions and reading the book with the lights on, just to be on the safe side. This does offer something different as well. Like I said, it takes you to takes you somewhere different than most horror books do. You don't see the way the journey the story takes you until it hits you between the eyes. So like I said, best out the three books. Offers something different, but it's still a damn good read. Right, on to the final review. Hello folks, this is book 3, review 3 of the 3 books I'm doing today. Christ, that is a lot of threes. And I have to say, the queen of scaring the pants off a reader has done it again. I said before that this was a good book, but in my opinion, book 2 was the best. But I reread it recently, and I have to say my mind has been changed. I now think this one, is the better of the 3, and definitely Flo agrees. But wow, she's definitely left the best to last. I've read all her shorts to date, and I have to say, and you can trust me on this, her books are good, if not on the same level as the Goosebumps series I mentioned in review 1. I am a tad biased though. I've become a bit of a fan of hers as well, so oh well. She takes the reader, she'll take you down a road where you don't see or guess what to expect in this book. The twists unravel themselves at quite a pace until they slap you in the face with like a wet fish. This book does relate to people in ways that you don't realise will until you close the last page, put it down, and then to think about it afterwards, which is the sign of a good book, really. It taps into the reader's inner bookworm and digs things out. I know I don't often compare independent authors to the big leagues, because in my humble opinion, the independent leagues are so much better. There's so many fresh, uncliched talent out there. However, R.L. Stine was in a league of his own, and I think with these Fogoyle series, Chtisty Mann is in a league of her own in this genre, in the independent field. This, I thought at the time, would have been the swan song for her books, but like I said at the start of this video, the great evil one down below has sent me an exclusive for book 4, which will be at the end of this little snippet here, so enjoy. What else to say, really? The only downside of her books was now I've developed a tiny case of I can't pronounce it, but I'll put it at the bottom of the screen in a minute, but basically it's a fear of fog. Which I wouldn't normally mind, like I said, but I live in Shropshire in England and it's always raining and foggy, so I might never leave the house again. So thanks for that, by the way, Chtisty, if you're watching this. In all seriousness, though, I can't wait to see what Book 4 has to offer, and if there is going to be a 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 in this Fogoyle universe, or Fogoyleverse. Yeah, I can't wait. I also look forward to seeing how she tackles new taboos and new fears that us as readers don't realise we have until we read it in the written word. So I want to say thank you to Chtisty. I hope you're watching this, hope you're well, and you did a bloody good job with these books. Bloody well done. Right, that's me signing off, and I'll leave you with some eerie music and the extract for book 4. Till next time, this is Adam Mitchell and Flo signing off.